Not every truck buyer in America wants to tear across the desert like a Baja racer or climb boulders the size of refrigerators. Plenty of drivers simply want a pickup that looks sharp, drives well on paved roads, and still has the muscle to tow a boat or haul weekend gear. That's why it's a bit of a shame that one of Ford's most intriguing trucks, the Ranger MSRT, remains off limits to American buyers, for now. Built for Europe and the UK, this street-focused version of the Ranger feels like the Ford Ranger Lobo that North America never got, blending bold styling with real utility and a sportier feel on the road. Developed in collaboration with rally racing experts at M-Sport, the Ranger MSRT is aimed at drivers who crave the appearance and driving feel of a performance vehicle, but have zero interest in crawling through mud or blasting through dunes. Seeing it in person makes it clear how different it is from any other Ranger. Thanks to aggressively flared fenders at the front and rear, the MSRT is more than 6 inches wider than the standard truck. Stuffed into those arches are massive 21-inch alloy wheels, the largest ever fitted to a production Ranger, giving it serious presence on the street. Up front, the redesigned bumper features a sportier shape and a honeycomb-patterned grille, while motorsport-inspired vents on the fenders and sculpted side skirts continue the performance theme. Even at the rear, the MSRT doesn't let up, sporting a ducktail spoiler on the tailgate and a second spoiler above the cab roof. A decorative diffuser and honeycomb trim round out the look, although sharp-eyed enthusiasts might wish for real exhaust tips instead of the tucked-away diesel outlet hidden beneath the truck. While the truck we drove wore a subtle command gray paint job, Ford offers flashier colors like fast blue, yellow green, and frozen white for buyers wanting even more visual punch. Inside the cabin, the MSRT keeps things sporty, but not over the top. Deeply bolstered bucket seats with blue-stitched eco-leather provide extra support, while a thicker steering wheel rim and a few strategically placed MSRT logos remind you this isn't a regular workhorse Ranger. Otherwise, the interior will feel familiar to anyone who's driven a recent Ford pickup, with modern tech like a large 12-inch infotainment touchscreen, an 8-inch digital instrument cluster, heated front seats, and plenty of safety features. It's nicely equipped without leaning into flashy gimmicks. The most noticeable thing about the MSRT, though, is its lowered ride height. Sitting about 1.6 inches closer to the pavement than the Ranger Wildtrak, it rides on stiffer suspension with retuned dampers and rear leaf springs designed to tighten up handling. The result is a truck that feels surprisingly nimble for a mid-sized pickup. Driving the MSRT on European roads feels more like piloting a sporty SUV than a traditional ladder-frame truck. Body roll is kept in check, and the steering feels quick and responsive. However, that sharper handling comes at a price. The firm suspension and low-profile tires on those giant wheels make for a noticeably stiffer ride, transmitting many road imperfections into the cabin. It's not punishing, but it's definitely less cushy than other Rangers, and nowhere near as smooth as plush crossovers or luxury SUVs. Some might argue that Ford should have gone further and given the MSRT a fully independent rear suspension to better suit its street-focused mission. But Ford chose to keep the solid rear axle and leaf springs, preserving the Ranger's impressive 1,000-kilogram payload and 3,500-kilogram towing capacity. For buyers who want style without sacrificing real truck capability, that's a compromise worth making. Under the hood, the MSRT relies on the same 3.0-liter V6 turbo diesel found in the Wildtrak trim. It makes 237 horsepower and a stout 600 Nm of torque, paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission and Ford's full-time E4WD system. The drivetrain feels strong enough for daily driving, and the diesel torque is handy for towing or hauling heavy loads. But here's the catch. For a truck that looks this aggressive, the performance doesn't quite match the visuals. There are no engine upgrades, no special tuning, and no gasoline option to inject extra excitement. The MSRT looks fast standing still, but its power figures remain firmly in capable work truck territory rather than genuine performance machine. Driving the MSRT back-to-back with the Ranger Raptor highlights the difference between the two trucks. Climbing into the Raptor feels like entering another world, with a much taller ride height, bolder interior accents, and that signature Raptor presence. Thanks to its Baja-bred suspension and plush Fox shocks, the Raptor glides over obstacles that the MSRT would feel with a thud. On the flip side, the Raptor's soft, long-travel suspension introduces more body roll in corners, and a bit of front-end dive under hard braking, meaning the MSRT actually feels sharper and more fun to drive on twisty roads. Still, the Raptor's twin-turbo V6 gasoline engine delivers far more power, and a soundtrack that puts the MSRT's quieter diesel to shame. Even though the European Raptor's output is capped at 288 horsepower, far below the 405 horses offered in the US version, it's still the more thrilling truck to drive. In Europe, the price gap between the MSRT and the Raptor isn't huge. The MSRT we tested was quoted at around €73,612, while the Raptor came in at about €77,352, both including steep European taxes. That's only a few $1,000s difference, which makes the Raptor an even more tempting buy for those who want maximum power and versatility. In the US, the Raptor starts at just over $56,000, making it a compelling option for buyers who want the ultimate mid-size performance truck. All that said, there's something undeniably cool about the Ranger MSRT. It's a rare breed, a pickup designed not for the wilderness, but for the streets. With its aggressive styling, unique stance, and surprisingly sporty handling, it offers American truck fans a glimpse of what a true street truck Ranger could be. If Ford ever decides to bring it stateside, it could carve out a niche for drivers who want something bold and different without going full Baja. For now, the MSRT remains a European secret, but one that many American truck lovers would be thrilled to see roll into their local Ford showroom.